Today we're going to Australia, Leeuwin Estate. It's not just any part of Australia, it's the southwest corner. So it's the Margaret River area, which is well known to wine, aficionados who kind of get past a little bit the beaten path. It's just a great place to visit. I mean, we've been there. It's south of Perth. You're sitting there facing the ocean, and you really feel you are at the edge of the world. And then on top of that, it's amazing quality wines and food in that part of the world. It's Leeuwin Estate, it's Voyager, and a few others. There's 3 or 4 really premier family estates there that produce amazing wine, and it's not always easy to find. Anyway, Leeuwin Estate became really famous for their Chardonnay, which started becoming worldwide, world-class, starting in the early 80s. The winery itself was started in the 70s. It used to be a horse farm, a family farm by the Horgan family, and then they brought Robert Mondavi to visit with them and give them an idea on whether that they can grow vines and make wine. And he said, yes, this is a premium area. And so the whole place was turned into a winery. And now it's really state-of-the-art, beautiful winery with a beautiful restaurant, lots of involvement with concerts and music and festivals. It's really become a cultural phenomenon. They make 2 series. I think there's a third one too, but they're Prelude Vineyard series for red and white. It's a kind of a more easy to drink, approachable series. And they have their artist series, which maybe we'll try some other time, which is the artist series Chardonnay is what put them on the map worldwide. And the artist series Cabernet, and they have labels made by artists, and it's really very fine, high quality, ageable wine. The Chardonnay is really amazing. For like $80, it's something you could probably buy in Burgundy for double that easily. And I know it's hard to say that about Australian wines, but more and more we see that in a lot of the top quality wines across Australia, not just in the southwest. Anyway, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon, 2013. 13.5% alcohol, so not very high on alcohol. And we're gonna have a drink. This time I have the right glass. I got scolded last time for not having the right glass on a Pinot Noir, but I'll do my best. It's very dark, but dark, not red, a little bit of purple in it. And it's not, I don't think it's fine or filtered, so you're gonna get a little bit of that muddiness. It's typical Cabernet, and what I mean by that, it's really not. I mean, kind of what you get in California, because this is where you get 100% Cabernet, and it's not as jammy, it's not as overwhelming, and I think it's the alcohol level that speaks for that, and it's just a little bit. It's got a little bit of that, a little bit of spiciness and subtleness, which is sort of interesting. So you wouldn't mistake it for a California Cabernet. A lot of camphor, you can see that. You can definitely get that. It's sort of the medicinal, mentholatum, camphor that penetrates your sinuses. And a little bit of maybe rosewater. I know it sounds funny, but let's just try again. That mix is very strange, but it's kind of hard to separate them. But just very, this is one of those things where you take pleasure in just sniffing the wine. Let's taste it. Definitely tannic, which doesn't bother me at all. It's a 2013. It was supposed to drink young, but I'm sure it can age a little more. The finish is very nice, a bit dry, but that's what you would expect with a sort of serious Cabernet. The mid palate is really good too, without being overwhelming. The attack is more fruity. but without being too sweet. It's really just a kind of an interesting, subtle Cabernet, if there is such a thing, from Australia. And again, here again, you really have the confidence to know that this is a great quality house with attention to detail and really a pedigree that's building up by the year, where everything is really, you know, done right. And I would encourage you to visit if you ever are in a adventurous mood. Cheers.